We'll call this meeting to order, and I would like to express my gratitude, Chief, to yourself and the Mississaugas of the Credit First Nation Council for hosting Town Council and staff here today in your community. This is our first joint council meeting with this new term of council, and I am confident that the conversations we will have around this table today will help create a better understanding on how we can continue to support each other and strengthen our relationship moving forward. We now call today's special council meeting to order, and as a reminder, this meeting is being broadcasted online and is available through the town's website. For attendance purposes, I can confirm that 5 members of Caledon Town Council are present at today's meeting. We've got Regional Councillor Mario Russo, who represents Wards 4, 5, and 6. We've got Regional Councillor Christina Early, who represents Wards 1, 2, and 3. We've got Area Councillor Lynn Kiernan from Ward 1, Area Councillor Dave Sheen from Ward 2, and Area Councillor Cosmo Napoli from Ward 6. A new ward that was created. Absent from today's meeting are Councillors DeBoer, Councillor Rosa, and Councillor Maskell. And I will now turn the meeting back to Chief Laforme to conduct attendance of his council.
Just wait, I got to try to remember their names. So we have Councillor Andrea, who is pillar lead for Nation Wellbeing and Wellness. We have Councillor Fawn, who is pillar lead for environmental stewardship, and we have, and I'm getting some of the titles wrong, but we have Councillor Kelly, who did the drum opening for us, who is pillar lead for governance, and we have staff in attendance, Shar, our recorder, and Georgie, our communications. Unfortunately, we have a number of councillors who are unable to attend the meeting, but there's 6 of us here, so we have you outnumbered. Just kidding.
Thank you, Chief. Moving on, are there any disclosure of pecuniary interest? Seeing none. We did our traditional ceremony. We did our smudging. Thank you for opening our meeting by sharing and including us in your opening ceremony. I would like to thank you, Chief Laforme. We do have a gift for you, but we're going to do that. We can do that now, or we can do that later?
Yeah, let's do it later.
We'll do it at the end of the meeting.
Because when I get my gift, I like to leave.
Take it and run?
I'm joking.
So we'd like to do the reaffirmation of the 2018 Wampum Belt. In 2018, the Town of Caledon Council presented the Mississaugas of the Credit First Nation with a wampum belt to recognize the 200th anniversary of the Gentins Treaty. This belt tells a story. It features 7 white beads representing the benefit to the next 7 generations. There are 2 figures on either side, one to represent Indigenous and the other non-Indigenous. The distance of each line from each figure is equal to the diagonal line of a renewed friendship and alliance of 200 years. Chief Laforme and members of council, it is an incredible honor that we are here today. The Town of Caledon reconfirms the commitment made in 2018 of mutual concern, interest, and commitment to a shared understanding of ongoing conversations. And I will now hand it over to Chief Laforme for opening remarks.
Okay, thank you. I remember the ceremony for the Adjutants Treaty and the 200-year anniversary of such. I was in Caledon for that when it was presented. I believe you had there was an activity going on there. There was a celebration of some type, and I was accepted the belt in friendship from the former mayor, and it was a beautiful day. There was a performing of the national anthem. There was a beautiful young lady who did a song there on stage, and it was done very much in a from the Caledon methodology of ceremony and celebration, which I appreciated. As we move forward into our relationship, today we did the opening of their meeting, in ceremony with the drum and with the smudge ceremony, and as we go forward, I'd like to believe that eventually we'll get to the point where we'll be able to do a pipe ceremony to further commit our relationship to one another and our accomplishments together. It's very important to us that people understand where they're at and what perspective they bring to the table as we move forward together. Because as you know, not everybody is at the same spot in regards to coming together and talking about reconciliation. And we respect that. We understand that certain people are further down that path than others. And I was pleased that the presentation was done through a ceremony of Caledon, because that showed that we're at the beginning of this relationship, and we both know that we have a lot to learn from each other. And as we move forward, I like the fact that it becomes sort of entrenched in the Anishinaabe, the Mississauga methodology of relationship building. So that's important factors as we go forward. So, I'm very honored to re-accept the belt as we build relationships. Miigwech.
Miigwech. Thank you, Chief. Council members and all of those watching from home, the purpose of today's council-to-council meeting is to introduce new members of our council to the Mississaugas of the Credit First Nation Council and to continue to strengthen our relationship. Traditionally, the Town of Caledon Council meetings include a land acknowledgement, but in this instance, we are so pleased and honored to be here at the Mississaugas of the Credit First Nation and are grateful to our hosts for having us here at your meeting today, and certainly we appreciated the tour and all the history. I love your medicine, your naturalized area with all the different plants that you use as natural remedies, so that was really great. We're connected by Treaty 19, also known as the Agentis Treaty of 1818. We're also connected through a deep respect for the lands that make up the town of Caledon. Over the next few years, Caledon will be experiencing significant growth. Through careful planning and community consultation, we can create complete communities where people can live, work, and enjoy the land and natural features to be connected to the greater GTA. We can work together to meet the targets in our climate change action plan and reduce our carbon emissions to net zero by 2051, and through consultation on our green development standards. And Chief, I recall last time we met, you had a young lady on your council who was quite keen on climate change, and we certainly would like to continue dialoguing with, I'm not sure if she's still here, but we'll like to continue dialoguing with your council on climate change and doing all of those initiatives together. And through collaboration and consultation, we can work with our provincial partners on challenging issues like the Aggregate Resources Act and the Aggregate Pit Rehabilitation. Further, we can work together regarding our official plan, our roadmap for the future of Caledon. Chief Laforme, it is my hope that today we can develop an even stronger commitment to consult and work together as joint stewards of the land we are all proud to serve. When we deliver our Indigenous land acknowledgements at our meetings, I want our residents and you to know that they are more than just words. They are actions, and we are committed to ensuring that the residents of Caledon know the land in which they reside on our treaty lands of the Mississaugas of the Credit First Nation. So at this point, Chief, I really would like to present you with, so you can...
Can I just comment?
Absolutely, you
Thank
can.
I was going to anyway, but thank you.
Of course, he's not shy.
So on the past counselor you met with, I believe was Counselor Kathy, who was our environmental pillar lead. She's no longer here with us. She's out on the land. She spent a lot of time on the land hunting moose and living off the land, gathering medicines and stuff. So she's very much involved in that now. Councillor Fawn is now the connection to the environment and the stewardship that you would probably want to work with. She also has an excellent knowledge base, and I'm very happy to have her on the team, because you know, and I don't have the in-depth knowledge that she has of that. So we're glad of that. My only other comment is, and it sort of became my tagline because I really believe in it, is that instead of thinking of climate change as a problem to be solved, think of Mother Earth as a soul to be saved. If we can do that, we can change everything. And I think that shift in our mindset should be something we help other people get to as well.
That's great. I like that, a soul to be saved. I think that's great. Thank you. So a key aspect of this meeting is to engage council in a dialogue on various initiatives and collaboration efforts we can continue to work on together. Chief Laforme, we appreciate the insight from your council and our joint initiatives and working together to ensure the town continues to consider the Indigenous community in the work we do. And some of those initiatives that we have are Indigenous public art or Indigenous placemaking along our trails, signage in our parks and along our trailways that identify the treaty land in which Caledon resides on, continuing the support of the Credit Valley Trail, Indigenous placemaking efforts, discussing opportunities for Indigenous plant species to be included in the Green Development Standard, updating room names to include Indigenous names as part of the new Humber River Center opening, and I hope that when we do open our Humber River Center, that you will be able to attend with some of your council members. And so today, I would like to do a reaffirmation of our 2022 Memorandum of Understanding objectives and of course, our joint initiative and shared projects. So looking forward and next steps to affirm our commitment to the items discussed today, I do have a notice of motion from both myself and yourself, Chief, and I will go ahead and read that if that's okay. So. So it's moved by myself and seconded by Chief Laforme. Whereas Indigenous peoples have a unique and enduring relationships with the land that they lived on and cared for throughout the ages. Whereas we acknowledge the significance of the land on which we gather and call home. Whereas this part of the land, this land is part of the treaty and traditional lands of the Mississaugas of the Credit First Nation. Whereas on October 28, 2022, the Town of Caledon affirmed its commitment to develop a constructive, collaborative, and mutually beneficial relationship with the Mississaugas of the Credit First Nation, and as set out in the Memorandum of Understanding between the parties. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Town of Caledon appreciates the significance of its relationship with the Mississaugas of the Credit First Nation community, and we will therefore continue to develop a greater understanding and enhance the importance of the preservation of the traditional lands, and will continue to stay connected and work closely together with the Mississaugas of the Credit First Nation to protect the land and all its natural features and significance for generations yet to come. I will now turn this over to our acting clerk, Patrick, if you can please call the vote.
Thank you very much, Mayor Groves. Councillor Early, please indicate your vote.
In favor?
Councillor Kiernan.
In favor.
Councillor Napoli. In favor. Councillor Russo. In favor. Councillor Sheen. And Mayor Groves.
In favor.
The motion carries.
Thank you. Next on our agenda is our confirming bylaw moved by Councillors Russo and Napoli. That bylaw 2023-076 being a bylaw to confirm the proceedings of the Council for the Corporation of the Town of Caledon at its council meeting held on the 27th day of September 2023 be read a first time and passed. And over to you, Patrick, for the vote. I did. Councillors Napoli and Russo.
Thank you, Mayor Groves. Councillor Early, please indicate your vote.
In favor?
Councillor Kiernan.
In favor.
Councillor Napoli. In favor. Councillor Russo. In favor. Councillor Sheen. In favor. And Mayor Groves.
In favor.
The motion is carried.
Thank you. And next, I'm going to see the food. So it's is adjournment, moved by Councillor Early. This concludes today's meeting, and I do have a motion. Of course, Councillor Early moved the motion to adjourn. Thank you all to those of you who have joined us. Thank you, Chief, for hosting us. Again, we are so honored, and we are so pleased to be here with you, and we certainly look forward to having a lot more dialogue with yourself and your council. We welcome you at our next meeting in Caledon, and we look forward to having many, many more of these.
So thank you very much, and miigwech everyone for coming and for your, reaffirmation. We look forward to coming to visit you on our lands. But we also hope that we can actually set up some standard times whereby we can meet and actually
Yes.
exchange and have a discussion. So,
And
miigwech.
we will certainly do that, Chief, because again, I think it's a great idea to have ongoing conversations because a lot is happening. We have our climate change action plan. We have a lot of objectives, and we see you as a great partner with us. And thank you for allowing us to use your land.
And Caledon is such a beautiful area, and you have so much going on there that we should do all we can to make sure that it stays that way.
Perfect.
Miigwech.
Thank you very much. Miigwech, everyone.
Let's eat.
Let's eat. Yes.